Madam Chair, I have an amendment at the desk.
The clerk will designate the amendment.
Amendment number 2, printed in House Report number 116-6, offered by Mrs. Radewagen of American Samoa.
Pursuant to the House Resolution 105, the gentlewoman from American Samoa, Ms. Radewagen, and a member opposed each will control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentlewoman from American Samoa.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I also want to thank Representative Brownlee for introducing this legislation to help our veterans and their families. I'm offering this amendment to clarify that the child care benefit be made available for veterans while they are actively participating in VA health care services, i.e., when they are traveling to or attending VA appointments and not at any other time. This small clarification will ensure that the child care assistance is reserved for veterans who need it most and that it does not accidentally replace more long-term child care programs. If there's a need for an expanded child care program, I believe it should be created separately, and I'd be happy to work with my colleagues on that. With that, I ask my colleagues to support this amendment. Thank you. I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentlewoman reserves. Purpose does the gentleman from California seek recognition?
I rise to claim time in opposition, even though I am not opposed to the amendment.
Without objection. It's recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and aloha. I rise in support of this amendment to ensure that our taxpayer dollars are spent according to Congress's intent, and I agree that child care should only be provided to veterans when they are using the child care to attend their health care appointments. I thank the gentlewoman for working with me to make this amendment bipartisan and ensure it is clear to the VA that they cannot revoke this benefit from veterans for missing an appointment. The intent of this amendment is not to be an incentive to access care. It is simply to make it easier for veterans to make it to their appointments. It will be up to us as lawmakers to keep close oversight over this program and many others at the Department of Veterans Affairs. This committee will keep close watch over the resources we provide and the programs we authorize at VA. We will hold VA leaders accountable when these programs are not carried out according to congressional intent or made in a haphazard and uninformed manner or without the purpose of doing what's best for veterans. I look forward to working with the gentlewoman and my colleagues on this committee to oversee the successful execution of this child care program so any eligible veterans who needs child care can get it. And I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves. The chair recognizes the gentlewoman from American Samoa.
I yield to the gentleman from Tennessee for 2 minutes.
The gentlewoman yields. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Tennessee.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I want to thank Ms. Radewagen, who is a tireless advocate for veterans and issues for bringing this up. And she travels, I guess, about as far as anybody, 24 hours in the air to get here. So she is a tireless advocate for our nation's heroes, and I want to thank her for that. I rise in strong support of this amendment that would clarify that child care assistance is intended for veterans while they are attending a VA appointment or traveling to and from a VA appointment, but not at any other time. This amendment is in line with the intent of the underlying bill, which is to provide access to child care services so that veterans who would otherwise be burdened with child care responsibilities can have an easier access to the care that's needed. By clarifying when VA-provided child care assistance will be provided, this amendment will help ensure that this program is sustainable, not unintentionally abused, and will help the greatest number of veterans in need. Congresswoman Radewagen is a valuable member, as I've stated, of the Committee on Veterans Affairs, and I thank her for bringing this common-sense, good government amendment forward today, and I urge my colleagues to join me in supporting it. And with that, I reserve the balance of my time.